Good afternoon, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This is Ms. Yakov coming straight from that Spiker Star, a.k.a. the Virgo Goddess, a.k.a. the Virgins, a.k.a. Miss Maiden, a.k.a. the Daughters of Zion, a.k.a. that Topaz Gem, Sapphire. Hey, listen, I always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern what Ms. Yakov is trying to say. Remember, I'm just outside looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see, okay? But the name of this is called The Kingdom of Kush. Kush, one of the sons of Ham and grandsons of Noah and father of Nimrod, located in Nubia, south of Egypt, along the Nile River in ancient Ethiopia. Kush initially served as an Egyptian colony, but eventually rose to become a powerful kingdom in its own right, controlling Egypt, forming the 25th dynasty. The kingdom was known for its wealth, including gold mines, rich farmland, and strategic trade routes. The kingdom eventually declined and was eventually conquered, allegedly, 350 CE, which is Common Era. The members of Kush, Pharaoh, okay, Pharaoh is the ruler, being the ruler of Kush. Nobles, priests, artisans, scribes, farmers, laborers, and slaves. Women becoming leaders and queens and archers, okay? So the women, okay, of Kush were queens, okay? They were leaders and queens. They weren't no Barbies. They weren't no Barbies or no fairies or no boss chicks, okay? They weren't none of that. They were queens and goddesses, okay? That's how it was back then, okay? Now, 350 CE, Common Era, is questionable, okay? Because you need 3 witnesses to prove that it was 350 CE, which is Common Era. And always remember, history repeats itself. Now, a lot of the people call them Africans. They're not really Africans, okay? Those are Hamites from the lineage of Ham, okay, which is Kush, okay? And then you have the black race or the Negro, okay? So they call people like myself Negroes or the color black, and that's not really who we are. We are descendants. Okay, there are descendants. You have the Israelites, okay, and then you have the descendants of Kush, which is Noah's generations of people, okay, and that's where you have the rainbow. So the rainbow is supposed to be, they defiled the rainbow and gave the rainbow a very abominable name, and they're going to pay a price for that, okay? But the rainbow is supposed to signify Noah's generations of people, okay? And that's what the rainbow is supposed to represent, okay? But a lot of the black race was robbed, okay? Robbed, okay? Once the tyrants, Julius Caesar, the government stepped in, and they robbed. They robbed the people. They robbed the black race from their real identity for who they really are, knowing that they're not black and knowing that they're not a Negro. Okay, so they robbed them of everything. They robbed them of their riches. It's said that they had farmland. Okay, they had gold mines. Okay, the government took all that. They took all the gold mines, took all the rich farmland. Okay, and they gained power and control of it themselves, and they made the black race dependent on them. Okay, and that's all that happens with that. Okay, but anywho, I'm about to get off this. It's a little something right there. And another thing is this: history repeats itself. Okay, history always go full throttle. It always repeats itself, okay? But anywho, I'm about to get off this. Again, they were goddesses and queens, okay? They weren't no bad bitches, Barbies, fairies, and none of this stupid stuff that they call themselves today. They were goddesses and queens, and they were leaders, okay? Anywho, I'm about to get off this. It's the Daughters of Zion, the Virgo Goddess, okay? That's why I got my little rap. The Goddess, Okay? Miss Maiden, that Spiker Star. The virgins. Looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. I'm going.